Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be tying a bead head sulphur colored soft hackle. In the vise I have a Umpqua U102 nymph hook, and I already have a brass colored tungsten bead on there for a little extra weight. The thread I'll be using is a 14-aught Vivas light Cahill thread. Let's go ahead and get the thread started. Take that thread back to the bend. Better trim off that tag. Alright, for the tail, I'm going to use some golden yellow colored pheasant tail. I'm going to cut off about 3 fibers. First you need to make sure you line up the tips. I'm going to take a measurement here. You want them about half the length of the shank of the hook. If you go a little longer, that's fine. Okay. Go ahead and snip off the butt ends. Okay, I take that thread back to the bend of the hook. And for the body, I am going to use stripped peacock quill. Okay, the quill that I'm using is a peacock herald that I have stripped the fibers off with a pencil eraser, and it is dyed sulphur orange, and it makes a very nice looking sulphur body. I'm going to go ahead and tie it in back at the bend of the hook. Get this to cooperate with me. Okay. And then we're going to wrap the threads over that piece to get back up to the back up to the bead. And you want to tie it right there. Okay. Yeah, where's my hackle pliers? You know I do it by hand. Anyway, you're going to side by side wraps with that quill going up to the bead of the eye. Bead of the hook. Okay, when I get it up to right behind the bead, it's not. You don't have to go right up to the bead because you're going to be filling that in with the thorax. So I usually stop right before I get to the bead. Bind it down with about 2 or 3 wraps of thread, and then snip off the end of your quill. Okay, as I normally do with any kind of quill body, I either coat it with head cement or Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails nail polish. I think I'm going to try the nail polish today. And what this does is it gives the the body of the fly a little bit more durability as it gets beat up by fish. Take a needle and even out that polish. Okay, now that that's on there, I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, that Sally Hansen's nail polish is nice and dry. I'm going to go in and tie in the thorax. The thorax is going to be the same sulfur colored peacock herl, but instead of stripping it, we're going to leave the fibers on it. Now I'm going to take, let's see, on a size, the size of fly we got here, I'm going to take two herls, and I'm going to tie them in by the tips. Do about 2 or 3 wraps there. About 3 wraps. And then bind it down with our thread. Snip off the ends of the herls. Now we got a good length left on these herls, so I'll save them for another fly. Alright, next we're going to go with our tie on our hackle, which I'm going to use Hungarian partridge. Up by the neck on Hungarian partridge skin is some gingerish type colored feathers, so I'm going to pick out one for about the size we need here. Okay, I got this feather prepared. What I did was I stroked the fibers back from the tip, and I on the butt end I have cleaned up the fluff and stuff, so that way when we wrap it, it should come out nice and neat. So we're going to go ahead and tie it in right there behind where I stroked the tips. Alright. Let's see here. That looks good. And grab that butt end with my hackle pliers here. And wrap this with the concave side of the fibers facing backwards. If it doesn't slip on me, let's try a different pair of hackle pliers here. There we go. Let's see if this works. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and bind down that stem with the thread. You're going to take a few wraps in between the bead and the front of that hackle. Alright. Go ahead and cut off that stem. You don't want that. Alright, so you have the fibers stand up and are kind of slightly angled towards the rear of the fly. Do one more wrap there, and I'll go ahead and whip finish it. Now some people will go ahead and put some head cement on those wraps. I am going to today. It all depends on, sometimes I don't, and it all depends on how close the wraps are, the thread wraps are to the hackle, because I don't like to get any head cement on that hackle. You don't want that. It'll affect the way that hackle flares in the water. There we go. That is a bead head sulfur soft hackle.